Hello buddy, Glitch Ripper here. I'm back for another Lycanites equipment combos, and this time I decided to kind of do a little bit of everything in one tool. I know I've done big multi-tools before, but this one's a little bit different because it does, well, for one thing, you may notice it has like one of the few manufactured parts in the mod. Yeah, but it does add just enough extra functionality that I can certainly say, yeah, this gives you a one in all that pretty much will help you in combat, mining, harvesting, pretty much everything you need to do in one tool, and also hit like a truck. Why? Because I decided to jazz it up a little. So, yeah, so this one is going to be one of those things that's just so functional. And if it happens to look cool at the same time, that's a nice bonus. Oh no, I'm hearing aquatics again. I swear Roa wrecked this whole area again. I mean, sometimes they fight something, they form their vortexes, the vortexes smash the item frames. It's terrible. I mean, I put that back up every time, but that happens. Not every time I do this, just every time that happens. I'm just wondering what's so attractive about this corner. They've never hit over there. Like, seriously, not in my little extra trophy area over there have they hit. They've always hit here, where I'm doing the all-important showing of the recipes part, and also one of the ways of displaying the item. So it's like, why? Why? Seriously, why? Okay, anyhow, as usual, I'll be kind of indicating how this all comes together, demonstrating it a bit, and while putting it together, I'll be telling how to get all the parts for it. And also remember that the blocks you'll be needing to go through this from Lycanites mobs includes the Lesser Equipment Forge, which requires a crafting table and a wooden axe. The Greater Equipment Forge is an upgrade to that, where you just add a block of iron to it. A Master Equipment Forge is the Greater Equipment Forge plus a block of diamond, and it will handle all parts and levels. So, yeah, at least for the time being. I don't know if there's going to be a separate forge for armor and shields and stuff. I think he said the next thing he wants to work on is shields before going to full armor. So that's how it's going to be after weapon tools. After weapon tools will be shields next. Now, the equipment infuser is how you level your stuff up. It requires a lesser equipment forge, and needs to be surrounded by lapis lazuli in the crafting table. So that's 8 pieces of lapis, not just one. I just put that there to remind you what ingredient you're looking for. That, and you tend to find lapis in large amounts. So it's not like you're just going to have one piece left. Although it could happen. This is Minecraft. Murphy's Law indicates that you will only have one piece for that thing you really need to craft. So it happens. Now, as you can see, different ways I've modeled it off, as usual. So, again, my favorite is always on a wall with EvilCraft's display stand, because that seems to make it look the best. Although this one you can kind of see the whole thing pretty well in this case, because it fits the whole model this time. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and I get a part of it going through. So, yeah. Now, as to how to assemble this and what all it's going to add up to, let's go over the parts now. Your base part will be another Zaffin spine. Zaffin spines, again, come from times where elements are being mixed together. You can sometimes get into a way where you can get a couple of the right elementals to fuse into one, but it'll be mainly haunting your attempts at making cobblestone farms. That's going to be one of the biggest ways you're going to be getting Zaffin, and therefore Zaffin spines. And they are quick to take care of usually, but they can be rather annoying. So you just kind of got to take your opportunity when you can and hope that the part doesn't fall into said lava normally involved in your farm. So please shoot it over the water. Now, this adds penetration, and that's how this thing is going to boost its damage so that it's useful for everything, including good combat. So this is going to be kind of an omni-tool weapon that's going to be pretty cool. It's not going to be quite my record setter in terms of like how much I could hit after the penetration set in, but it's going to be pretty up there. Now, it also adds a pommel slot, which is another reason why it's so important, because as I like to kind of demonstrate, having that one extra piece instead of abilities from pommels really can add to one of these weapon tools. And this is also how we're making it more of an Omni tool this time, because the Pseudoramu Stinger is a good pommel, and some of the things that it adds for harvest kind of overlap with this one, but it does add an ability to harvest not only as a hoe, which I've got covered otherwise, but also harvests as shears. Again, I don't know if we have shear functionality for like acting as actually harvesting full leaf blocks yet, and I will check that pretty much every time to see if maybe there was a silent update, or at least maybe you forgot to note, oh, by the way, I added that functionality finally. But anyhow, the thing is that this also adds a few other things like slowness and hunger, so in combat it'll help you slow your enemy down, and that's pretty effective. Now, it does come from the desert. You'll be going into deserts to fight these Pseudoramu. They are big scorpions. Yes, large scorpions in the desert. That's very appropriate, and that's exactly what you're looking for, so you'll know them when you see them. Now, for the headpiece, we have a Darkling Skull. This adds a blade slot, and that's kind of how the only way you get your Paxel-type heads on, is they all count as blades at this time, which is fair. Now, the thing is that it does add a few special properties, one of which is leech. So we're having this also act as recovery from a lot of the fights you're probably going to be doing underground while you're trying to harvest with it, because this overall tool will harvest as a pickaxe, so you'll be going everywhere with it in all likelihood. So you'll need to be able to fight everything that comes out whenever you harvest a block that counts. So yeah, those times that anything jumps out at you and Lycanites mobs, this will help you hit it in the face. Now, it also will help you have a few mobs of your own, because it also summons Darklings. So, and it'll come in handy in more than one way. Darklings are found while you're underground, in all likelihood, in dark places. So, you'll be seeing them while you're down there anyhow. So, happy hunting. Now, the Iron Paxel is a bit different. This is one of the few times that I'm going with a crafted part. And the reason why is all these harvest capabilities. I mean, just look at this. Harvest, pickaxe, axe, shovel, hoe. The only thing it didn't have that Lycanites mobs has to act as a harvest is between sword, which admittedly the other things have covered, because just about everything a sword harvests quickly can be harvested quickly by an axe. And it didn't have a shear capability, which this one does add. So you get pretty much everything you're going to need in one item. And it doesn't add much else on its own other than a little bit of range and sweep, so the statistics are okay. But the big deal here is you're getting a lot of harvest types. Now, to be able to create this thing, you're going to need a little bit more than some of the other things. You're going to need an iron pickaxe, an iron axe, and an iron shovel to be able to make this. So you're making completed tools for this set. So if you can stack all three of those to form this thing, you will be very good, because at this time there's no durability in Lycanites mobs, although that might be added later with a kind of sharpening mechanic. But he may or may not decide to go with that in the end, so we'll see how that works out. But now I'm going to put it together, do the traditional naming of it, and then a whole lot of demonstrating. Oops. Wrong block. Whole lot of demonstrating. So yeah, put in your base part, which is the Zaffin Spine. I'm going to put in my pommel right now, which is a Pseudoramu Stinger. My Darkling Skull to add as my headpiece. And as my active, or kind of striking area, I'm adding the Iron Paxel. And interesting note, the rest of these, as usual, I've got at level 3. And it will probably take you a little while to max them out for getting like all the perfect statistics and everything with this. But the Iron Paxel, because it's a crafted piece, doesn't have any kind of leveling. So it's only going to remain as level 1. Just so you know, that's how it is whenever you have a crafted part. Is the crafted parts are what they are. They're useful when you need them, but otherwise they pretty much just do their thing. So this one I have decided to call the Paxel of Pummeling, because unlike a lot of other Paxel designs, this one will be useful in combat. So yeah, and I'll go over that later whenever I actually put my combat things in. For now, I'm going to be showing off all sorts of ways this thing can help you. So I'm going to be running around for a little while and demonstrating just how crazy this thing is with how useful it is. Because, as I said before, it does everything. So yes, it hoes. You will be able to hoe your entire farm forever because that temporary... I have a demonstration that would like to volunteer itself. It's not what I was originally going to fight, but whatever. I just need to hit it a couple times in a row while I still have the penetration active. There we go. You can see it hit for 20 for a while there. So yeah, that helped. This is raw Ica meat and raw Silex meat, so they're not going to be quite as tasty and useful. So I'm just going to pack them over here for a moment. Maybe I'll have them later, but that's not what I'm doing. Now, remember, as I said, it'll harvest things not entirely like shears, but just as fast for anything that applies. So, yeah, those are things that would have came off as straight-up blocks if that function had been complete. It's not entirely yet. Work in progress. Remember, this is still in major development, so we're getting there. Now, I have a shearing power. Actually, I should probably get this out of my other slot for now so I don't block with it unnecessarily. Whoa! Huge lag spike. Am I getting near a dragon again? I swear I'm still trying to figure out some way of getting rid of that mod so I can actually properly, like, do things whenever I'm near to stuff. Help me through the lag. Help me make it through the lag. Yeah, where's Ray Stevens when you need him? Because, yeah, it would be interesting if he did a Minecraft parody of his own song. Help me make it through the night, as help me make it through the lag. Everybody would relate to it. But yeah, all this distance just to shear sheep. Yes, you may shear. And it does have that functionality on sheep, so yes, use click for shear sheep. Does not shear other things, because they don't actually operate with the click. Just so you know, if it doesn't operate with the click normally, it doesn't do it whenever you do so. So you're not going to get that extra function by clicking, although it would be a nice switch to do so. But that's not how it works. Just need to toss that in there. Okay, now I'm going to do some other things, because as I said before, it is fantastic at digging, and it's also pretty fast. So you'll note that that happened pretty quickly. So you got your digging, you got your hoeing, you have this poor tree that looks like it definitely needs to be one of the things trimmed down. This is a sakura tree. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having some cherries to go with this. Because my avatar here is a tad hungry. Oh, no dice, no dice on the cherries. I had to try. It was a good attempt. So yeah, I'll just replace that tree and let it grow for another chop. So yeah, you can chop with it pretty effectively, might add. Okay, now let me see, what else do I need to hit with this thing? I need to pickaxe. Can I pickaxe? Does this normally require a pickaxe? It does. Ah, yeah. Bane of cannons. So yeah, yep, you can pickaxe with it. Now, the thing is that it harvests pretty much as if it were diamond. Okay, it's saying no, but now it's saying yes, so I can harvest this fossil with it. Now, remember that this is a special crafted part. It's not like it's going to be as fancy with the operations as... Oh, it's one of those. I can't do that the way it's supposed to be done because I have the day-night cycle off. Slight side effect of that. Now, Did I seal myself in? I don't think I did, because I have this. And it harvests like a boss. Okay, is somebody growling at me? I have a weapon tool of awesomeness here. And the whole point of me being here is to use it. So, things are going to go down, and they're going to go down very fast. So just saying, now's not the time to growl at me when I'm wielding this. Okay, I might need to go into creative again for a second here, because I need to find that beautiful spot that I kind of picked out for this, because I was going to use this as a way of clearing an area for, like, later, like, fighting and stuff. Be kind of a made-in-the-moment type thing. I'm gonna miss just being able to hit S and it automatically assuming survival mode. I really am. I mean, there's gonna be an inevitable time where I can't do that much anymore. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm gonna be fighting a couple things. I'm gonna be fighting a Naga, and then I might be... Sand? You... Shoe sand. Oh, this might not be the best spot. This may be less of a spot than I was first thinking. Whatever. I mean, it'll only flatten the area. I mean, if it happens to fall in the lava, it would be a hilarious way to beat it. Okay, so I'll go for it. I'll go for it. Although first, I will have myself a little bit of extra oomph. Because I will have the battle burrito. Oh yeah, let's do this. Because I'm buffed now. Boy, this guy is just getting smashed. Yeah, interesting way of demonstrating that's how you get this particular slash blade. I got the Agito. Rust version. Well, he didn't clear out the area as much as I thought. I guess I'm just gonna have to go right to the main event. The lag, however, is a problem, but the Hydra won't be. Let's spawn this guy over here, back off a little bit. Okay, he's also attacking some other enemies. You know, if you break this area, you're gonna have a very bad day. Yeah, with the lifesteal power that I'm getting, then I can also negate a lot of this damage. Like, this is officially an anti-Hydra weapon. So, Hail Hydra? I don't think so. Or like, Crush Hydra. Come on, show me the open mouth. Oh, you got a little helper here. Thanks, Darkling. With the power of my searing taco, I'm also very much empowered. Okay, I see an open mouth. I must hit it. Okay, you hit me, but I have lifesteal. So I'm going to replenish very quickly. This is how you beat the Hydra, with a weapon and a taco. Just a weapon and a taco. well, the ultimate Paxel in a taco, admittedly. Yeah. And I still didn't clear the area as flat as I wanted, but he did help me with the back, so we're getting there. Okay, so I just beat the Hydra with my Paxel of Pummeling, so I can certainly say it demonstrates the pummeling quite well. Oh dear. Do I have my? Do I have? Yeah, I do have one of those on. I was gonna say I was about to see how much damage that had taken, but I forgot I left that repair talisman on. Oh well. I was actually kind of curious if he would have gotten anywhere near breaking this armor simultaneously. I was doing a little additional testing, but oh well. I mean, it's already flame-resistant armor. Did I really need the Searing Taco to give me fire resistance? Maybe. Complete immunity is always good against the Hydra. But either way, I can certainly say this Paxel has earned its name as the Paxel of Pummeling. So I'll be logging off for now. Hope to hear from you all later, and bye for now, everybody. And don't worry, I will definitely get rid of that screeching at some point.